So there's a V-Buck mission available in Plankerton today in the 34 zone, giving 50 V-Bucks. A commenter yesterday assumed that with the new feature that came to the game that we'll talk about in a second, they would round up all the V-Buck reward missions. And I said, dude, that would make it so that every single mission reward would give you at least 50 V-Bucks, having no expectation of Epic doing that. And I'm honestly not even sure why I'm surprised. They've done this in the past. When they took out daily rewards and they boosted daily V-Buck rewards from 50 to 80, it was actually an improvement, and they did it again. So if you're a founder, having purchased the game forever ago, you are not only getting more V-Bucks from the regular missions, but if you don't even run missions, the daily quests now give at least 100 if they were 80 or 90 before, and then 150 if it used to be 130. I am in Florida, as you can see by my fun hat. I have spent the day checking out Epic Universe. I'll do some story time at the end of this, even though I'm exhausted because I really want to share my trip with you guys, but staying on topic, I have not been home. I have not been doing my daily quests, and let's be real, I don't even do them that much when I am home. I have enough V-Bucks. I just give to friends at this point. So since I've stacked up my daily quests, as can happen, people ask me why I have 3. It's just because I haven't done them. If you don't do your daily quests, and this is still true, it'll stack up to 3, and then you'll start losing them. So you only have to load into Fortnite every 3 days if you only care about these missions, and you will get now 100 each. If you only run these missions, you previously were previously you were guaranteed a minimum of 80 times 365 days in a year. Yeah, I actually know, I'm sorry. 29,200 V-Bucks a year just from daily quests alone if you run no missions whatsoever. In the past, historically, we've gotten about 12,000 V-Bucks a year, I think, if memory serves. 490B Cav from 490DB has done like yearly recaps in the past where he shares that data. So I could ask him what we get, but I don't really know. And I don't know what the new frequency is. We'll talk about that in a second as well. But nowadays, if you just add 2 zeros to 365, we are guaranteed a minimum of 36,500 V-Bucks a year, which is a 7,300 V-Buck improvement. That's a lot. If I'm not mistaken, that is exactly how much the new Doja Cat bundle costs. We'll get to all that in a little bit, but is that accurate? Is that literally the number? Okay, it's 400 shy of the Doja Cat bundle, so that is really, really cool. And of course, there is a home-based report sharing most of what I just said. We can read that together now. Hopefully this is at a decent resolution. My laptop's a little laggy here, but I am working with what I've got as I'm recording from a hotel room. So what I just shared was the exact amount feature that just got brought into the game. They want to make it so that you can buy an item no matter how many V-Bucks you have to buy. If you only need to buy like 150 at a time, they want you to be able to do so instead of buying them in increments of like $9 or whatever it was. And to do that and make it as easy as it can be, they wanted to round everybody to 50 V-Bucks, which is what happened. Everybody went up in their total, not bad, and Save the World is matching that with these 100 and 150 values. So that exact amount feature came through, and of course founders were in 2020, discontinued a long time ago, and it is a massive buff. They did say to make balance more predictable and easy to pick, well, the frequency has been slightly adjusted for balance. The increase in per mission rewards will make this an overall increase in efficiency and value. So as I understand it, seeing as we do not know how many V-Buck missions we'll be getting now, supposedly it's less, but of course we're getting way more. That Plankerton mission yesterday, and the missions did reset. I warned you guys. I said it's been a long time since they've reset from an update, but it might happen, and I did not actually expect them to buff V-Buck missions this much or at all, but they did. You were right, commenter. And I'm so glad I was wrong. That is amazing. And of course, that did wipe the 2 V-Buck missions I reported on yesterday. We did get some new ones, but Florida, I mean, I woke up and left my room right away. I just couldn't do it. Not to mention I had a 6 gigabyte update, which went over the day and took 6 hours on hotel Wi-Fi. I got you guys. I'm trying. So thank you, room service, who corrected my bed and didn't touch my laptop. So yeah, that's really, really cool. We got a big buff to V-Bucks. We don't know how many quests we'll be getting. That's where the yearly summary could be useful to know how many are we actually getting now. Should be more, regardless. If you don't even run these missions, daily quests have got you. So let's go back to that update. Let me pull it up here because there is more and you're not going to be happy about it. So the item sharing update is really basic. Harvested resources now automatically group by type. If you've ever played Minecraft before and dropped 64 stone on the ground and watched it group into one entity, that's what's happening in Fortnite now. Basically, if you have a bunch of stone on the ground, it'll stack and do as much as it can. I don't know what the stack limit is for that, but it's meant to reduce clutter, improve performance. I mean, Minecraft did this 15 years ago and it was a great change. It just makes sense, right? Why have 20 stacks of 5 stone on the ground when you could have 1,000 right there? I mean, I don't know if that math checks out. Maybe it's 100. I'm tired, but that's the point. It's a great change. Loot is now guaranteed for the player who eliminates an enemy far away. If you are someone like me who streamed and shot a crow with a sniper far away, not even that impressive of a shot. It was just far away. The loot was actually not close to you. The kill was not close enough to you for the loot to generate. So you'd kill a crow, go to hunt your kill, and there's nothing there. So that's changed now. You're guaranteed your item. Assuming Tomatech knows why I'm laughing. Thank you to Archer and Tomatech for getting all this information together. It was so helpful, especially being on vacation. You guys rock. We learned a lot. It's very cool. Assuming you can actually hit it, because in the bug fix section, Tomatech said there was some code in the game that made the Xenon Bow projectile significantly larger than Epic says they intended, but it was a whole line of code that he highlighted in the the Fortnite VIP channels in our Discord, which is where members and channel subscribers can hang out. But I give you guys the important info. We'll show you. It was significantly larger than intended, but the code was written to make the projectile huge. It was way bigger than all the other bows. So now you could reset the Xenon Bow if you need to. Tomatech went ahead and made a graphic, and then he made a new graphic that was more accurate. It is this green dot. Let me zoom in so you can see it, right? Yeah, that green dot right there is what a normal projectile for a bow looks like. If you've been shooting the vacuum tube bow or the scrap shot, the instigator, whatever your flavor is, that is the projectile you have with a bow. Of course, you have the aiming sight thing. This behemoth next to Penny is what the Xenon Bow projectile used to be. So that is a massive nerf in the ease of use for this weapon. Now, instead of hitting like a whole husk's width to the right and still hitting the target, you have to kind of aim. It still has infinite pierce, still has 1 energy cell use as far as I'm aware, and it's still the same weapon you know and love. It's just going to require a little bit more accuracy. I wish I could empathize. I know how overused the Xenon Bow is. I've done it myself. You go to Ventures, it's the only weapon you're looking for. It's OP and we all know it. I'm not like 100% siding with Epic here, but like, I get it. I get it. Now, in my understanding of objectives, don't quote me on this, I'm in Florida, I haven't tested anything, but when you're shooting through walls and you're hitting all the gnomes and all the teddy bears and they just pop up and complete your quest in one shot, I think that's different, because that works for Outlanders as well, and Bull Rush, by the way, a lot of people don't know that. If you just destroy a large area, you just get them all at once. That might still work for the Xenon Bow. Comment down below, thumb up if somebody knows something. I haven't tested it. That shouldn't be affected by this projectile, I think. I think that's something else. But even if that is patched, if that's not patched, whatever, you should have a trickier time having to aim your shots and actually hit the enemies you're trying to shoot. So Xenon Bow got nerfed kind of significantly, but it might still be amazing. No, it's still amazing. I mean, it's a great weapon regardless. Infinite pierce, 1 energy cell, and decent damage. It's not a bad weapon, so... Moving on. Leaving a mission and returning to the main lobby no longer prevents the player from selecting other game modes. Huge. Razor's, that's the hero. Her crystal daggers now properly seek out targets. That's good. She's not a hero that's often used, and it's really awkward to pull out an off-meta hero that a lot of people don't use and then find out that she's not even working. Her whole thing is those kunai daggers go towards, hopefully, the biggest target, like mist monsters or something, but they don't sometimes. And that the fact that those can even hit baby zombies, Epic, if you want people to use Razor, have them prioritize the highest health target. Big buff to that hero, because those razors can those kunais can take down a mist monster if she's a high enough power level. Supercharger. It's interesting. Players no longer leave behind a T-pose duplicate when respawning. There we go. Weapons no longer become invisible when switching. Basic stuff. Known issues. You can read through these if you'd like, but I think we get the point. So Xenon Bow got a major nerf, and somebody commented that like Epic thinks they can nerf the Xenon Bow and then buy us off. Well, they're right. They are literally bribing us with V-Bucks saying, I'm sorry we nerfed your favorite weapon again, Discharger, then Xenon. But here's a bunch of V-Bucks if you're a founder, which is a large number of my players. So there you go. There's the update part of this video. I think I am probably going to thumbnail this a little bit like an update video because that's the main part, but I am recording this as a daily and a Fortnite and a Florida update video. So this is going to be 3 videos in one. If you're watching this in the future, goodbye, or skip ahead of the Florida section. I'll give you a story. So let's do shop real quick. Doja Cat is in the game. She's not marked new because she came out overnight with the update, but the whole set is here. You can buy it all separately or together. If you want to support me with your purchase, code Mista is huge here. I get 5% of your purchase in real life dollars, and I just bought a $42 hat, so I would seriously appreciate it. But if you want to support someone else, I get it. Very pretty dress, very cool. It's a whole set, as you know. It's a popular singer, and the whole set is very on theme, very, very sweet. I'll go through these one by one. We've got the woman emote. This is probably showing copyrighted music that I can't really share, so we're just gonna look at the visuals slightly. If you want the emote, you go and pick it up. My laptop is struggling, so we're gonna have some glitched out textures here, but I am on Save the World, so we can see Save the World weapons on this. This is pretty cool. Fallen Petals, no doubt references to her work. I have like one song from her, and I forgot what it was. I'll try to think of it. I think it was some TikTok meme that used her song, and I'm trying to think of what it was because the hook can get kind of stuck in my head, and I'm trying to think of what it is while talking, and it's not working. So Agora Hills is here as well. I can't think of it. I know like one Doja Cat song. You guys know I live under a rock, okay? I have some friends and I visit Florida with them sometimes, but I don't listen to modern radio. I just listen to my same Nightcore playlist on loop. Does this have multiple styles over here? It does. You got the pink and the red to go with whichever skin you buy. I love that. You can get the pickaxe and it'll match no matter what you go for. And then we've got Rhinestone, not pickaxe, the wrap. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. If that blue was gold, that would remind me of the, oh, you guys know what I'm thinking about before I even say it. The diamond weapons in, not Borderlands 2, Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2, the diamond weapons, if that was black. Dude, Call of Duty Fortnite collab with the, I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. The Doja Cat set is huge. The song is just a song, and the song is just a song. And there's also a rose-themed Lamborghini skin. So if you guys want to pick that up, there it is. That's pretty cool. It's pretty sweet. And of course, you know, the cars have tons of different styles, and you got wheels to match whichever skin you go for, so you can be matching in and out of the vehicle. So I don't know why Queen Persephone is labeled as new. I'm 100% sure. I reported on her yesterday, so I don't know. She's still there, still cute. If you want to pick it up, go for it. Black and purple, and you got the Halloween-esque style. Love that. I rode some Halloween-themed rides today. It was cool. Didn't even feel too nauseous. Yep, big boy today. And then a bunch of Halloween items that are leaving today. So if you'd like to pick these up before they go, I assume a lot of these will be replaced with other Halloween-themed items that you can pick up. It is the season of Spook. Now, I could scroll down further to get to it in the proper section, but there is a new dance as well, and there's a song that goes alongside it that just got added to the game. You can buy them together in a bundle if you'd like, and as usual, you know, code Mista if you want to support me with your purchase. And a couple things here. We got an ADVANCEDGG flavor to plug, and if you ever want to be featured on the channel, you can ping me in Discord. Archer's getting all the love below this, but that's awesome. You guys can support whoever you want. It's loading slowly because my laptop has so many screens open. Recording these daily videos, it is an actual struggle on 3 monitors, but thank you. Aura, Hero, I really appreciate it. Fodic, you guys go a very, very long way. Gifting to me and Archer with the gifting to a friend using both our codes is so nice. I really thank you, and it goes a very, very long way. So if you guys want a little shout out in these videos, you can ping me in here, and I appreciate you. If you ever pick up ADVANCEDGG, and there is a new, let me see it here. Oh my gosh, I didn't pull it up. I'll be right back. Okay, not only did I pull up the site, but it was Say So. That was a song that was stuck in my head. Yeah, Ghastly Grape. It's got my art on it. It says Beast. It's a grape flavor. It's not caffeinated. This is part of the hydration line with ADVANCEDGG, which not only means you can drink it yummy flavor at the end of the night and it won't wake you up, but it has vitamins which are nice, and hydration carries with it a cheaper price tag of $30. So you'll get about 30 or 40, I believe, 40 servings out of this if you do single scoop. And in my experience, the recommended scoop size for ADVANCEDGG is 2 scoops. I usually do that for the caffeinated stuff. In fact, I got a bunch of it with me on vacation right now, and that's great. But for hydration, in my experience, they're so potent that one scoop is plenty. So you'll get 40 servings for not only 30, but you'll get a discount if you use code BEAST, get 10% off. So links down below if you guys want to check it out. This is a limited time purchase. I pinged about this in Discord recently, and a lot of people picked it up. So seriously, if you don't grab this before it's gone, you might miss it forever, and you're gonna have to come back for a different collab on a different day. So yeah, let's get into the missions. Holy crap, it is a long daily. Thank you, Sage, for joining. I didn't even ping her. I was just going to sneak on and make my video and not cover ventures, but she found me. So Labyrinth Dungeon Daily is here if you guys want to go and get some extra candy golden tickets. By the way, finding the link to the Ghastly Grape, I had to go to my yesterday's daily video, and holy crap, 55 V-Bucks would have been 100. That is so much more on average. I don't know the frequency of missions nowadays, but damn, melee llamas are available today. You might get a legendary in there, and that might be worth 200 extra tickets, but not that much. And while the extra ticket amount for everybody did not get rounded up, you might have noticed, it kind of got lost in the hype there, the extra ticket amount for the V-Buck mission, or at least the daily quest, I can quickly show it in the menus here without switching zones, is increased with the V-Buck. So more extra tickets more llamas. That is just a purely positive thing for the average player. I don't think anybody can grind enough extra tickets to open more llamas than they should and ruin their own gaming experience. I think this is a purely positive change, and I don't think it throws off like any balance at all. So thank you, Epic. Seriously. Double legendary in the 58 zone. Thank you again, Sage. Floor Spike's good for slowing enemies down. Back into Sniper's fun. It shoots fast. It's nature only. Chain Lightning's great. 4x reperk in the 74 player. 4x drops the rain. The 82 4 player is great. And then we've got XP in the other missions. I have a note for 94. Sound Wall. Great trap. Makes enemies dance. The new hero, not Athleisure. It's Aerobic Assassin. She increases damage to dancing enemies, and that counts for sound walls. So kind of a nice synergy that's with the newer hero. Thrasher. Great SMG. Awesome pickup. Legendary copy as well if you want to go ahead and get that. 4x Lightning the Bottle on the 124 4 player. Then I want to back up one step because of the anti-air trap I missed down here. Great for shooting projectiles out of the air. It's a good pickup. I think everybody should have that. Ranger is my favorite AR in the game. It's not the best, but it's a personal preference. So if you like high accuracy double shot weapons, you should pick it up. I made some videos on that, or one maybe. 4x drops the rain in the 144 player, and thank you again, Sage. I don't know if she'll know that I'm leaving for real this time, because in the recording testing of this, I'm so glad. I almost launched into a recording, but I thought, it'll take me 20 seconds to do a quick audio check, and it sounded like crap. I had to restart my laptop. So thank you, Sage, for coming back, and you're welcome, guys, for triple checking. Backbreaker, terrible weapon in the 76 zone, but the Monsoon's pocket minigun, love that thing. I might have said pocket SMG in the past because I talk about it so much. That thing's in missions almost daily, but it's a good pickup. So Wall Dart's great wall trap, shoots 3 tiles, great damage. Dissector is it's a melee. It's not exceptional, but it works. 4x perk up in the 82 4 player. And then we got the Room Sweeper over... I'm getting ahead of myself. 4x perk up in the 88 4 player, then the Room Sweeper is down here in the Ride the Lightning. S-tier shotgun, fully automatic, great pickup, has awesome DPS. I highly recommend using it. 4x Eye of the Storm in the 104 player. It's heavy on shells, but it's worth it. Then I believe our one and only legendary survivor available today is in the 108 zone. So if you want to go ahead and pick that up, it's there. Pretty accessible, but it's only one. 4x perk up and 4x drops of rain in the 124 4 player missions. Then we've got another Thrasher in the 132, great pickup as usual. Then 4x drops of rain in the 132 4 player. Then we got 4x drops the rain in the 144 player, and 5x Eye of the Storm is great in the Ride the Lightning, and the ceiling drop trap is even better. I doubt you made it to the 160s without having this trap, but it's one of the best in the game if you don't have it already. 5x Eye of the Storm, reperk Eye of the Storm is awesome. All of these missions are great today if you guys want to get your 10 160s done. If you don't have that quest, you have no idea what I'm talking about. The description always explains that quest and how to unlock it, so if you guys want to scroll down there, it's got all the information you need. I think that covers Twine, so let's move on to Canny. Scrolling through these missions is so much lag here on my laptop, but honestly, with triple monitors, it gets the job done. It's working. Hammer Crush, decent AR. It's semi-auto, but it does decent damage. And the Bazooka, it explodes enemies, and it does a great job at doing that. So great pickup, double legendary as usual. If you don't want to use weapons, you can recycle them for the weapon designs, but I recommend running these because it's 2 for 1. Viper is an SMG that technically has high DPS, but it's a higher fire rate than damage per bullet, so you're going to be reloading a lot. It's not my favorite, but it is a good pickup if you're an early game player. It'll be heavy on your small ammo, so it's not an efficient thing. Mr. Red is a melee that it works. It's nothing exceptional, but again, use them, recycle them for weapon designs, whatever you want to do. I want to show off the Armageddon. Decent crit hits cause an explosion melee. It definitely requires a loadout to get the most out of it, but it's still worth grabbing if you're an early game player. 4x Lightning the Bottle in the 64 4 player. A 58 zone is pretty accessible to most players. So I have no more notes besides the V-Bucks, but we can at least double check the 4x missions before we close out the video with some stories. And I actually didn't give you guys a recap on my first day and a half in Florida, so I can do that. 4x Screen perk up in the 34 4 player, and I have pictures of everything I'm going to talk about. Is it worth compiling those? I really want to go to bed, but uploading them might just take a few seconds. I might as well. All right, I spammed some pictures in the Creator Codes channel if you guys want to look at these. I don't know who wants their face shown. I'm 100% sure Daniel's fine, but I'm not going to point out the girls in any of these photos, and I try to omit photos of them. But this is the Chick-fil-A we got on day one. Day one's always just a travel day. We met up, set up the little setup. I've already shown this before. This is what I'm recording on, and that was really, really fun. We went to an arcade that night. This is a sweet 6-monitor setup that I now want. I've never been much of a racer, but I think I need this. And Natalie had I posted this, and she said, "Oh, did you finally get rid of your 2 useless monitors?" And I said, "Yeah, but I think I'm gonna upgrade." And I had taken this photo and not shared it, so I was saving it for some kind of comment like that. And then this is Rip Ride Rocket in Universal Studios, I believe, not Yeah, Universal Studios. This is actually getting torn down. So we got to grab like a photo and we watched them do some things where they were pulling away some of the stuff. This is just completely discontinued. They're tearing it down and it was kind of fun to see it half annihilated. This is just a nice general photo of what Universal Studios looks like. You can look up any of this, but I figured I'd share my journey and I talked them into express tickets. I figure if you're going to go to Florida and you're going to spend all this money on tickets and passes, getting access to these parks, we're here for 16 days. Honestly, Fast Pass, the way they do it is you have an 8-day window and you can use it 5 times in those 8 days. That allows for breaks. And I figured if we're going to do the new park especially, it's like $500 to get Express. That is a huge value because we were able to go into the Mummy, Revenge of the Mummy, walk on practically, and then we waited, like the longest we've waited at any ride is 45 minutes, and usually it's 20 or less. Sometimes you're in there in 5. And we skipped. Today was I'm getting ahead of myself, but today at Epic Universe, there was a 125-minute wait for Donkey Kong, and we walked on in about 5 minutes. So if you're gonna spend the money and it's within your budget to stretch or save a little further, Express has been a massive value because we did Revenge of the Mummy and then walked on, went to Diagon Alley, got a nice picture of that dragon, super duper cool. I didn't wait for the fire because this is my 3rd time there and I've seen it. I'm pretty sure I've got footage of it somewhere. It's pretty cool. It does blast fire. Diagon Alley is very Harry Potter. It's super duper cool and I love it. This is the inside of one of the rides. Chandeliers are cool. They've got the little Grinchy looking guys who do the banking. It's pretty fun. And this is the end of Universal. I didn't take a ton of photos. The entire place is photogenic. It's just super cool. Suffice it to say, we rode everything straight on. There's not that much for crazy rides in Universal Studios. It's mostly kiddie stuff. 4D things make me sick personally, so I'll wait while they run them. I have no problem waiting in line even and just hanging out with the crew. And then it's funny, we'll wait like 45 minutes in a line, not this time, but in a past trip, and then I'll just like veer off to the exit. It's cute because I'll take the backpack off of Daniel and wear it, and then they'll see me. The crew members are like, "Are you riding?" And I'm like, "Nope." Point me to the exit, please. This will make me sick. I'll go play Slay the Spire in the hallway. I'll be just fine. I am just happy to be here. And this is a nice view. Hard Rock Cafe is on the right, and this is us walking to Islands of Adventure. That is the best thing. When you buy multiple days access for 2 weeks, I found the cheapest way to go was like just buying an annual pass. So I technically have a year for these 3 parks, Volcano Bay, Islands of Adventure, and Universal Studios, but I don't think I'm going to get all that, but because we have access, we can just park hop, and that extends to our Express as well. So I don't think I took too many pictures, and what I'm about to show soon is Epic Universe. I know it's a new park, and I already have at least one friend who does not want spoilers, so if you don't want to see anything from these parks, I'm going to be spoiling a lot. So I doubt she watches these videos, but don't watch this part. I sent her a picture of the portal to How to Train Your Dragon, and I said, this is as far as you go, because I've been like photo dumping to all my friends. This is just cool for like the tunes. I think this is Islands of Adventure, or we're about to be there. This is inside a gift shop. I know she likes Toothless, so there you go. This was our dinner. I don't even know why I took a picture of that and sharing it. I did not love it. And then Epic Universe. So Islands of Adventure, I've been there enough times with Daniel in past trips that I didn't take too many pictures, but walking on with Express to Hulk, Velocicoaster, skipping things we didn't even care about, riding the heavy ones like Hagrid's was so nice. Even Hagrid's had like a 20, I think that one was also about a 40, 45, 50 minute wait, but I forgot my phone, or I chose not to because we've been walking on so much, but it had I believe, was it 120 or was that one 200? It was over 100 minutes in the standard queue, and you know they lie. If it says 100 minutes, it's probably 120 minute wait. That's 2 hours. That's crazy. So in my opinion, 40 minutes to just cut a lot of that is a good deal. So I liked that. Yeah, this is the entrance to Epic Universe, and then we've got, just general photos. The sky was gorgeous today. I guess this was worth a photo, but it gives you the atmosphere. This is the entrance. They've got the hotel lined up. This is actually, this whole arrow and everything lines up. I was off to the side because I'm quick. In most of these photos, I don't even stop moving. I just take the photos and move on. And yeah, this is the portal. So this is how they do it. Epic Universe is like a giant circle, and then they've got like 4 mini theme parks inside of that circle with, let me show it again, this giant carousel, and there's like a whole lake fountain next to it or something. It's a giant area with like restaurants, shops. It's beautiful. You can walk it in a loop. There's even like tapered, like step down grassy areas that look really good for like putting up lawn chairs. Nobody did that, but it seemed like a neat picnic spot if you brought a blanket. But here's the The haunted stuff, this is the, I don't even know, they call it like Dark Universe or something. That's where there was 2 rides that, again, we walked on everything. It was very, very nice. I'm 100% sure Daniel doesn't care if I show his face, so I hope this is okay. If he gets mad at me, I'll cry, but I know him very well. I think we're good here. This is us getting our matching hats. And this is the only thing I've bought besides food and transportation. Whenever I'm with a friend, it's so fucking funny. And he had mentioned wanting like a Luigi wristband earlier. He settled on Yoshi, but he was this close to Luigi. So I figured, well, if you already like Luigi, I'll be Mario, because I'm always Mario. I'm not going to be Luigi. I'm not going to be anybody's Luigi, all right? And then some future wife will change my mind. But we'll get there when we get there. I wanted to be Mario, and he's like, okay, I'll be Luigi. And we didn't even think about it, but he was matching. So the black and green was going really well. So that was fun. We wore this all day, and we plan to do so in the future. This is just a restaurant. I thought the Blue Dragon looked sick. And then we got some videos. So I didn't take many videos, but I should have. This is going to be loud. This is the inside of one of the rides. Why does it unmute when I pause? This is terrible footage because it's dark and my camera sucks, but this is shiny, glossy, green to black gradient tiling over the entirety of this place. It was gorgeous. This is, I don't have my bleep button. Oh, I do. This is the line. This is the line. Apparently this has enough queue to hold 7 hours of people. This is the Harry Potter ride in Epic Universe, and and they also have animated cats. So if you like that kind of thing, this is very, very cute. These are just playing on loop. You can watch the cats be cute. There was even another set of 8 on the other wall. And I had to take a video of that because I thought it was fantastic. Daniel said it cost them $6 million or 6.7 million, and it can hold up to 7 hours of people waiting. We walked in when it gave us a 4-hour wait time. Express got us on the line in about 45. This was that longest. And we actually got chatty with the group ahead of us. It doesn't happen often, but it did today. And they had mentioned being there since 9:30 in the morning. And I had to look at the clock. It was 12:30 at that time. I thought, oh my God, I was still eating breakfast when they got in line. And the kid asked the question the moms did not want to ask. He's like, how long you been here? I'm like, 25. Yeah, about 25 minutes. Yeah, we kind of just walked on. I mean, again, 45 minutes, not my favorite thing to do, but the interior is so gorgeous, and I'm playing Slay the Spire on my phone. Whenever I've gotten the look, I've read all the interesting things, I've seen everything I'm supposed to see, and the line doesn't move, that's when I play Slay the Spire. I'm not like ignoring my trip playing on my phone. I'm trying to get the experience, and once I've done that, I'm happy to just chill out. I'll chill. And our group is fun anyway, so we have a great time no matter where we are. But 45 instead of 4 hours, deal. So this is the How to Train Your Dragon. It just looked amazing. This is all so cool. They've even got this little mountain with a tiny little house on top. If you've seen these movies, you know what we're looking at. This is one of the dragons that can happen, and you can see why I said spoiler alert. I didn't know what my friend meant when she said she didn't want spoilers, but now I totally get it. This is a lot of stuff that if you're intending on going to the parks, you would probably want to see yourself. And they have so many of these animated dragons fighting over fish. These guys were moving. It was very cute. And this is the Nintendo world. It was very, very fun. And oh, this is sideways. Well, okay, that's loud. Don't be doing that. Okay, I'm not going to rotate this, so everybody break your neck with me. If you want to see it on your own, go to Discord. It's easy to find. But here's a sideways view of the video. This is going to hurt your eyes. I'm sorry. You could go on Discord if you want to see more, but it was very beautiful. Bowser inside of the Mario Kart racing one. Again, I just took quick walking photos and just highlighted a bunch of these items. And yeah, this is what the Donkey Kong looked like, and that might have been the last photo I took. I'm not really sure because, again, I'm mostly there to experience it myself while get enough material to like spam my friends back home. So yeah, I could go through every single ride. They had like the Starduster, which is like 2 different coasters going together. It was really, really fun. They sync it up so that when you're doing the loops, you're like looking at the other people. And it hurt my eyes to do that because I've had a headache for this entire trip. And I've been having, I don't even know. I have like the chills of a fever where I'm shaking uncontrollably at night. And I've had a very hard time sleeping. Ibuprofen has helped, but I have not been sniffly. I've not been sneezing. Other than a headache, I've had no other flu symptoms, yet sleeping has been like I have a fever. I don't know. I have found out, based on their room compared to mine, that my air conditioning unit that I just turned on is cooling the room way better than it needs to. Like, I'll set it to 75 cool, and I'm shivering. Like, it was a stark difference, because this video is extra late, because I was chatting with them all night, but I'm on vacation. I got to talk to my group, right? We had fun. And it was Well, they wanted the breakup story, so that's a 2-hour sit down no matter what you do. But it was stark difference to walk back into my room and be freezing because I run hot. I wear shorts year round. I don't really get cold easily, so my room was like a fridge. That might have been affecting my sleep. I'm fine most of the day. I don't know, but moving my eyes too quick hurts. I don't know what is happening. It happened as soon as I got here. I don't know. If somebody's a doctor, you can diagnose me, but my point is I didn't take too many photos. I tried to be present, and honestly, the story is what you guys are here for anyway. Like, you can look up all these and get professional photos, I'm sure, but it was a really, really cool experience, and Express got us on every single ride that we wanted to ride that had Express. There were a couple of exceptions that we weren't too fussed about. Little kiddie rides that aren't that big of a deal in my opinion, but seeing over an hour queue on so many of these rides. I mean, at Epic Universe, there was 2 and 4 hour ride queues. That's insane. So getting into a new park with Express on 3 days, tomorrow's the second of 3, deal. That is a fantastic time, and it was a bit more money, but I feel like we're experiencing it right because yeah, $500 for 5 days of fast pass, it's a lot of money, but it's a lot of value because instead of waiting at Harry Potter for 4 hours and burning half of our day, or straight up skipping one of the major rides, took less than an hour. So I'm sold. Obviously, I'm having a good time, but if you ever travel and you can swing it, maybe delay the trip by a few weeks or whatever needs to happen, I recommend Express. It goes a very long way. Or if you're like me and you have a local theme park that's way cheaper, I got Fastlane all season access for like $350. When I was living with Sig and he was here with me at home, we were walking into that park, spending an hour looping it, an hour and a half. We'd ride everything and just go home. We'd be home before lunch. It was great. So I recommend checking it out if you're a theme park head. All right, there's my story. There's a Fortnite update. There's a daily. There's a Doja Cat stuff. Tons to cover, but this was worth it. It is now way too late, and I hope I can get some sleep, but I wanted to catch you guys up, and now you are. So that's it. Subscribe, like the video, creator code if you want to help me with that Express Pass hole in my wallet, but that's not on you. You don't need to support me if you don't want. So I'm out of here. I'm gonna go get some sleep.